not going anywhere.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OG versus NIGMA. I'm OG.Topson here with Fogged, ready to get this best of 3 underway. We've just seen the drafts, Fogged, all very exciting stuff. Of course, once again, big shout out to Jerax for joining the draft panel on that one. What are you looking forward to seeing from the teams here? What have we got coming out that you're sort of excited to see?
Well, I can just scrape away the heroes, and then we just put up the team names, right?
Sure. Yeah, just regardless of what these two teams pick.
Yeah, don't care about the hero picks. I think we know what these teams like to play, especially when they're playing versus each other. It's going to be battling. And I think we got a lot of battling heroes, too, especially on the side of OG for the early game. Lots of stuns, Topson tiny more than likely, a lot of aggression. Yeah, this should be fun. Yeah. This should be real fun. And
coming into it, I mean, from what we've seen so far from the teams, would you consider one of the teams in a better place right now from what you've seen in this Omega League?
I don't know. I feel like it's just, they're kind of like, sometimes they just pop off like on one side, sometimes they don't. I feel like I'd say they're kind of evenly. Maybe I'd give OG a little bit of a margin over, just because I feel like for NIGMA they're a bit more limited on the heroes that they just like straight up win on. It's like Miracle anti-mage, Miracle on the super hard carrier, Weeha on his select few heroes. While OG, I feel like they've got a little bit more of a plethora of strategies and stuff that they could play around here.
Sure.
But I think it's still just super evenly matched up. This one though, I'm looking at OG. I like their early game aggression that they've got going on here. I do feel like NIGMA, they're more about coming in after the laning phase in particular, right? Morphling and Darkseer, these two heroes, they take some time to really ramp up and start getting that power in the mid game. So I think that's the biggest thing that I'd be pretty much looking at is OG just playing very hyper aggressive in the early stages. And we're seeing already with their stances in the lanes, look at the way that NIGMA's, just posing themselves. They show the clockwork, but he knows he can't contest with bounties. Morphling, same thing. It's going to be 3 runes for OG at the start here.
All right, yeah, there we go. Agreed. I mean, yeah, looking at this lane setup, GH on the support Rubik up with Mind Control Darkseer at the top. We are on his signature Wind Ranger here in the mid lane, and we'll be playing that matchup into the Topson Tiny.
Instant D-ward there for Saxa. So this is going to open up a little bit of maybe some fear into Weeha, just like, oh god, if this guy like rotates from around the side here, as we do see, like OG is one of those teams that they do like to rotate maybe a bit early on toward the mid. We'll see how this matchup ends up going here for Topson.
Yeah, and then obviously that leaves down in the bottom lane. You've got this lane of the Morph supported by the Clock, dealing with the Willow and the Seb Sanking.
Looks like you could get a lot of pressure onto him as this Morphling. So one thing that Willow does provide you in laning is that very quick attack speed, and you're always able to get that quick harassment there. Arman, he can soak some of the pressure, but he can be at risk of dying too. But that's kind of his job, is to eat the spells, as if he does walk up too far, eats a stun, eats a bramble, then it'll give Miracle some space to farm. But this doesn't look like a very fun lane for Miracle at the first few levels whatsoever.
No, for sure. He's got to be careful how much Agi is in.
So I do think, OG, they drafted themselves with 3 very strong lanes, and like we said, NIGMA, they're going to have to need some time to be able to build up the power here. Darkseer versus the Sven can be a little annoying, but there's an IO backing him up. Sven should be able to farm just fine here with that extra sustain. Yeah, see if they get the side pulls off here. It looks like they did.
And the blocks right here, so...
Yeah, very beneficial there for NIGMA, and they're going to try to be pushed off there by OG to be able to secure at least the last hit on there on that Wild Wing. And GH actually getting very, very heavily body blocked by the 2 level 2s there, as they're supposed to level 1. Does have to watch how he trades versus that overcharge tether.
At bottom lane again, we're seeing the harassment onto Miracle, bringing him pretty low.
Like this by RMN. Actually, like going for the cogs level 1. He's just going strictly for mana burn, pushing them away so that Miracle can actually walk up and farm. Still struggling though. It's just, he's very low ranged. Every time he walks up, he's going to get hit by Saxa, and he's at risk of getting stunned immediately by Seb. So he has to keep himself at a good health margin too. Wait for him to protect his salve there.
Yeah, he's got no qualms with using it for that. Yeah. He's not going to be using it aggressively in this lane.
Has Seb skilled up that second skill point yet? I don't believe so. I think he's holding just in case. More than likely the Sandstorm. But don't want to get the cost. Like, you don't want to push the wave constantly into the Morphling. You want to be able to somehow pull the lane back a bit here. Top, they're getting aggressive.
Yeah, he had the point saved. Yeah, skills into Surge.
Tower is under attack.
Mind Control. Able to break away from this, and yeah, between the carries, I mean, sure, pressure's definitely there on Miracle down bottom, but he's only a few CS behind mid 1 Sven.
Yeah, he's doing pretty decent.
Yeah.
Out of regen, though. And I think RMN is also pretty low on regen, too. And that's what you'd kind of expect out of these, this heavy harassment that's coming out from the Sanking Willow dual lane.
I mean, just, if you look sort of across the board, it's super close here on these first waves. No lane really coming out massively on top. Nobody yet to full top lane. No, mid one. Maybe in trouble. The Iron Shell and the Surge forward. They've got the control with the telekinesis. The Iron Shell's burning him down. He's going to pop the Fairy Fire. Mind control.
He goes
and
down?
TH, they've got the right clicks.
Wow. That's a bit surprising too, and it's just a Dark Seer with the level 1 Ion Shell. They didn't have the sustain to keep the Sven up. I guess he was just too low initially that they could get that little bit of extra touches on him. Not how I expected that lane to go out at the start here. Even though Rubik, he does provide a lot of that harassment, I did think the IO was going to be able to keep that sustain for the Sven going. So I think for NIGMA, that's a really strong start.
Oh, that is what you sound like.
And we're going to see constant, side pulls coming out here. Team's trying to maximize, pull the lane back in particular, and makes it even more awkward there for poor Miracle, as he can't really walk up to contest this at risk of all these double disables.
Yeah, looking at the continuation of the mid lane, it's stayed pretty even here between Topson and We Are.
Gets a courier though.
That will give him a nice little bit of a gold bonus.
And he...
And Ironman's going to stop Topson from getting the rune.
Okay.
As he's in, they do get the setup for the shackles. If they got enough damage, they're actually going to still let Topson bottle the rune. So Topson, he's going to be quite happy with that. I think when RMN showed up, you sort of expect, oh, I'm not going to get the rune, but Topson was actually able to still walk in and get the bottle refill.
A little bit of a mistake there from NIGMA, not actually prioritizing the rune.
And just more focused on trying to threaten the life of Topson, but not having the damage to do so. So Topson, he's going to be able to stay in the lane, despite that move from RMN.
Does need to bring out a little bit more regen, though, for himself if you just want to stick around here. Power shots are adding up. Weehaw, as we see every time, Raindrop, you're playing versus Tiny. Gonna always be seeing that picked up on a lot of different heroes here, too, especially on the other lanes, because Tiny's going to start roaming pretty early on. You know the way Topson plays. So there we go. Bounty rune's coming out. He's going to make his first aggressive move.
Yeah, he's able to pick up the bounty rune, get the free rebottle, and they'll get the kill as well as the combo comes in onto RMN.
Every time I see this Topson Tiny, I just, you think of TI, and it's just like, you think of True Sight, and it's just like, well, time to go start killing again, right? Especially once he starts getting low in that middle lane, if he can see any type of runes that he can make rotations for. Weehaw, he's going to do a similar move, though. He's actually going up top. He's got that level 6. He's got that focus fire.
Let's see what he can do. They're going to get aggressive. Mid one and No-Tail trying to lead it onto mind control, but now there's the turn. We are focusing straight away onto No-Tail with the focus.
He's juking him in the fog.
He's juking it nicely. We are cannot quite find him, as No-Tail and Mid one are able to keep themselves both alive. Power shot off the mark. OG will be able to avoid that movement from the Wind Ranger.
Nicely done there. Looks like, where's Topson heading actually here? Okay, he's putting a ward down to be able to watch up top here. And like we said, time to start killing again, right? So immediately looking for moves. They have both river wards to be able to watch any type of runes here.
Mind control.
Being chased down here. CD as well.
Yeah, he's going to go down.
Definitely dead.
Caught out there trying to drag and play around with the creeps. They just run straight at him, get themselves the kill.
The tips come out, the taunts start beginning.
Topson in mid.
They're maybe going to go for a toss back here?
If they can sort of get the hold on Weehaw, they are going to have that combo.
It's only a level 2 toss back, so the range is not as insane as it once was, but they're trying for it. Weeha's playing careful. They're actually just going to do it right on the spot.
I mean, holding him in the brambles. It's going to be a decent amount of damage. Topson, is he going to try and dive this? He is. The wind run is about to come to an end. Weehaw tries to turn with the shackle. Won't find the connection. Doesn't matter. Weeha's actually going to think about turning. Gets the power shot out into Topson. RMN's in with the TP, but not quite quick enough to control that Tiny and punish Topson's dive.
Diving towers this early as Tiny is a little bit scary. Like, he's got 0 armor because he doesn't have the grow at the moment, so that tower does start hitting you very hard. Same thing with the focus fire. So he has to play a little careful, but he's still trying to stake around the area. He's trying to get the combo if Weehaw does back up. Won't be successful.
Yeah, you can see Weehaw is just playing it super safe. He had that sort of half HP, half mana, doesn't take the risk of walking back to base, TP straight back to the fountain to avoid being caught out. Because he knows that he knows Topson's going to be hunting him.
Very smart move there. He knows the style. Yeah. He knows what he's playing against. Arcane Ring, we see being picked up there for Topson. One of, I think it's personally the best item you can actually find on this hero. On the Tiny, gives you that armor needed if you want to go for maxing your combo early, and you get, of course, the usage plus some extra. And 1k gold lead off of these first 7 minutes. I think that's probably where OG would want to be. Maybe a little bit slightly more because of that top lane.
Dire's top tower is
I do think they're in a comfortable spot. Topson needs a power shot, but he's fine. Runes will be coming out in the next 8 seconds or so. We see NIGMA is double checking the runes here now with both supports.
Now this time they should be able to pick it up before anyone heads over.
Yep, and it's a haste. Very nice. We are zooming down there, but as top, a rotation from Saksa.
They're able to close the gap onto the Darkseer. Mind control down again.
Oh, it's so nice playing Willow when you have these so many different setups. Sometimes you see this hero can look very mediocre just because, you know, you miss your Bramble. But he's got a Sven stun, he's got Tiny stun, he's got Sanking stun. Any lane he goes to, he can easily set up those type of kills. So Saksa having a pretty successful rotation there and setting up that Sven for success. Didn't see if they have any stacks going to them just yet. But
yeah. He's just straight up dead. Oh, damn. Saksa just comes in with the Shadow Realm hit and Weehaw weren't ready for it.
I wasn't ready for it either.
I mean, he was playing around low HP. Just didn't expect Saksa to come out from the high ground in the shadows like that. And that hit,
it's almost a level 6 Willow too. So it's that level 3 Shadow Realm. That damage is, yeah, it's a big punch that he packs. Very heads-up play there from OG. Armen trying to soak some XP in mid lane in the meantime. But yeah, a very, very solid start. Look, they're collapsing on this. Even Seven's running over.
Combo, there's going to be relocate as well. OG's just bringing everybody over towards the mid lane as they kill them both off. As soon as Weehar's back in action, he's taken out. And OG now with the 5 of them, they're going to look to take this tier 1 tower at the pre-10 minute mark. And there's nothing that NIGMA can do really to stop it if OG want to continue to push. They're starting to form from the side. Let's see what they can do to fight Topson. He's just running in at them. He's looking over towards GH. The Bramble Maze won't catch him, but Seb, it is able to find him with the Burrow Strike. Comes in for the high ground. He's caught GH. Ooh. It's getting a little rough here for NIGMA. As 10 minutes in, it's 7-1 and already a 3K lead for OG as they take this tier 1 tower.
Man, sometimes I do forget how fast this team can play. When they're ready to go, you just see how quick they collapse on that tower. Just no funny business. Not screw stacks. We're bringing everybody. Everyone collapsed on mid. They're all 5 heroes showing up. NIGMA can't react just yet. And, I mean, mind control, he does just use the surge, but he's getting sandwiched on.
Seb's able to open up, gets in with the Burrow Strike. Mid-1 follows up with a stun, mind control, tries to stun him with the stolen stun, but Miracle is falling low. Can he clear this up? He's going to be able to. There's nothing for GH. NIGMA will be able to shut them down there as Miracle just turns up into the Sand King. He goes and hits them with a big old Burrow Strike himself.
With the Sandstorm in combination with the Vacuum 2, that level 1, beautifully done.
They needed that. They were starting to slip behind NIGMA, and Miracle able to combo very nicely with mind control to turn that play around.
What a hero to get the cleanup, right? The Morphling that pretty much needs it in this game, as the rest of them are really suffering. He has his game fully recovered after that. Beautiful spell usage. Topson still opting to not grab his ultimate, as he just wants that maximum burst with his double combo, with his spells, and he does have a little bit of blessing of having this arcane ring for some armor that he was missing initially.
Oh, dude, Saksa. What's going to find here? He's got Topson. Armen. And Cogs will push back Topson. They've got the Surge as well, so they won't look any deeper.
He eats some roots, but they pushed him away. Now they're forcing reaction while defending the tower already. Exactly. The second use of God Strength. Again, not used to farm. I mean, they're used to take objectives.
NIGMA's coming in to try and hold this.
Weehaw deny and a shackle follow.
They're trying to play with the Fierce Saxon, trying to push back Weehaw. He's still looking for the target. We'll find it. The Wind Ranger's going to be sent running away into the Brambles. And now OG, they're just going to run straight forward over towards Weehaw. They take him down. Saxa, he's falling low, but there's the safety as Topson comes out with the Avalanche, holding back GH and Mind Control. Mid-1 still trying to charge in onto GH. Is stunned in position by the Curse Crown. Over towards RMN he goes. The toss from Topson finishes off another RMN. He's trapped inside his own cogs with mid-1. Is 3 dead on NIGMA. Mind Control trying to run, but OG, they've got the numbers. They'll overrun Mind Control as well, as they'll play around with him, toss him a chili pepper, and take away his life.
So much aggression, and like we said, low cooldown stuns, low cooldown every single spell, it feels like on OG. They surround NIGMA. They're not able to respond. They got that nice play from Miracle, but that's going to be very rare when that does happen. When he does have the Morph available to be able to find the Sanking. They have the Rubik. GH, he actually did get pretty good spell steals. I believe the Sandstorm into a Bedlam, but he's still squishy. And it's going to be tough for them to have a front line, really.
This minute just don't stop. Topson steps up. A relocate's coming in. It wasn't even needed. As Topson and Saksa take out Weehaw yet again.
And they're never going to stop. They're never going to stop the farm now. There's a blink on Seb already with a bail.
They found Miracle.
Just keep going.
Seb's able to get in. He's on top of the Morphing. Miracle's going to try and dive away with a waveform.
They're going to chase that.
Picks in Topson.
He's bailed up.
He's closing the gap. They toss him up into the Shadow Realm. Hit Miracle. Can he survive? He's caught in the root. TPs are coming in, but it's not soon enough. Miracle goes down. Seb's going to be the focus here from Mind Control and GH. They'll toss him back. with the telekinesis into the stun. So at least able to find something, NIGMA, but still OG staying ahead. And that's the important kill. They're killing off Miracle, slowing down this Morphling's game.
God, I feel like I literally feel like I'm just watching the TI finals right now a little bit, just because of like it's the Rubik versus the Tiny too, and I feel like I'm just seeing, you know, GH trying to avoid Topson. He gets the ward down, survives Seal, but I do want to comment about GH in particular. I think he's going to be really crucial for this early mid game, having the specific spell stolen. If he has Burrow Strike, if he has some of these spells, he might be able to turn the tides of some of these fights. But OG, just like we said, they're not going to stop to farm it all. They're going to keep bringing almost everybody into these fights every time here, because they already got the tools to fight. Echo Saber's online, Blink for Sand King. Everyone's pretty much got everything they need to just run at these heroes. And Wind Ranger does not enjoy this at all. She is just dead to the combination of spells every single time that they get on top of her. So NIGMA, they're feeling the pressure. They're staying grouped up. GH level 9. As we see, he's very high leveled here in this one. And they do have the vacuum plus that.
They're going to find Topson. Iron Man, he's going to be able to start the fight. Is there anything OG could do to save Topson? Topson, he's going to get taken out of there by the reload. Over to the side, NOTEL will keep it safe. And now mid-one, he's going to charge straight in with the God Strength. The Shackle Shot from Weehaw holds him down, but it comes to an end. And he's going to continue to chase on forward. Turns his attention over towards Weehaw. Mid-one still wanting to continue to fight. GH will come in with a stolen Burrow Strike. Turns, he's able to grab the God Strength for himself, but that won't save him as he falls. They get Weehaw again. It's just kill after kill from OG. NIGMA just not ready to fight right now. They haven't got a lineup that deals well
and
with this aggression here. 14 minutes.
They see him there for a second. Immediately jump. They get the combo. He's dead. Uh-oh. This is getting out of hand. OG, they found their stride. 18 kills, 14 minutes. Quite a change up from the last few games that we did see where it was very slow. This is not the style that this team likes to play, of course.
This is getting rough for NIGMA.
They're going to try to get all 4 bounty runes too.
They may have just found another one here. If they want to go for it, they're going to try with the Bedlam. Yep, steps in with a Burrow Strike. It's another. Oh, Iron Man, he's gone in on this. He's gone in on this, and he's going to die for this.
He sure is. But GH will get a return.
Yeah, GH might also die though. Seb and Topson, they're going to have their cooldown soon. As Seb, he's in with the Burrow Strike. Shackle Shot, not going to latch onto Seb, but they do have the dust on him, so he cannot hide. We are GH running him down. The Power Shot finishes him off. Topson comes in again with the combo. Avalanche, not enough to kill GH as he now turns with the stolen Avalanche. We are trying to run down Topson, but he's tanky.
He's turning.
He might have got enough damage with Miracle. There's going to be backup coming in. It's not going to be soon enough as Miracle turns into the Tiny, uses his own combo against him, and they'll take out Topson.
This feels like it's going to be Miracle versus the world, really, in this game. It feels very tough for his other cores to really do too much when they are at this deficit versus this much burst damage. Like Darkseer, Mind Control, he's trying to get this hood online because that'll be one thing that protects him, but he just dies. He's so fragile. And Weehaw, like, versus all these just big combo spells, this big burst, he's 1200 HP. Like, he just dies if he's connected by pretty much one stun and a follow-up.
He's got to be very careful here.
He has to have backup. He has to have at least the GH Rubik or RMN behind him pretty much at all times in order to do that. Miracle has to play on an island. He has to do exactly what he did there, is show up at the end and just get a cleanup kill while playing on the opposite side of the map.
He is close to the E-Blade.
He is.
So then at least having the chance of maybe pop in some of these heroes. They're not necessarily very squishy heroes though. There's Sven, Sand King, and Tiny.
No.
Not necessarily going to go from 100 to 0 in the combo unless he's really shifted into the Agi.
They can do a lot though with the combination of the Rubik Spell Steal and then the Morph turning into a hero. Like both of them can turn into Sand King and then they have double Burrow Strike with the vacuum combo. So there's still a lot of potential that NIGMA does have in the mid game for the fights. Just OG's really starting to snowball and they're even pressuring tier 2 right now. And this tier 2, it might actually just die. I do feel like NIGMA has to address this or they lose their outpost.
I mean, they're TPing over. They're going to come and try and hold this. Mid one still pushing away. They're ready. They're prepping in the trees as Iron Man will reveal himself. Goes in with a hook shot.
The relocate instantly is coming out.
Have they got enough damage to take down this Ven? There's the save. NOTEL takes him out to the side. It's OG. They're going to prepare for this fight, Seb. He's got the like he's caught the two of them. GH and Weehaw falling low. Weehaw will be able to run away. RMN trying to push the rest of them off to the side, but he's surrounded by the 4 of them. RMN's got nowhere to run. As OG take a second, taking out the 2 supports, will be able to push on and finish this tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, Saxon just toying with Mind Control over towards the mid lane. He's
tanky now, though. That Bedlam versus the Hood not going to do as much as he'd like, but you see Topson's trying to run over to kind of connect, but Sox is just bullying him away. They take tier 2. They can go clear the outpost.
They're going high ground.
Buildings.
They're going high ground.
They still got God Strength after it.
17 minutes in, you're right. He's got a good few seconds left of this one. As they're taking this tier 3 tower. It's at least going to bring it very low.
Now they can go get the outpost if they'd like. They've got this great ward coverage as well, covering that whole entire jungle of the side of NIGMA. Yeah, they're cruising through this game right now. And like we said, it really feels like Miracle's going to have to really perform a miracle here in this, as this Morphling is. There's just so many different forms of lockdown for him. And look at this Sven. Sven's got an Aghanim already.
He's pretty much got it done mid one. Aghanims is going to be on its way out. Imbaclaw as well.
Imbaclaw too, yep.
Very nice.
Okay, I think that's the E-Blade finished.
All right, let's see.
See what they can do here.
Pop. They've got to start the fight off with a quick boom.
No spell is stolen at the beginning of the fight, though. So GH, he's only going to get one spell at the initial. Not like he's going to be able to, you know, use a spell, steal one, use another one.
They're on the high ground. This is a good position. This could catch OG off guard if they're heading to their own jungle. No tail. They're going to try and get rid of the eye. Make sure there's no save. Quick pop there with the E-Blade combo. Miracle takes him out.
There's a buyback.
There's Topson. He might need some help. The fear is coming out. It's going to start pushing back the clockwork. Weehaw focused here by the Cursed Crown and taken down by the Bedlam. Weehaw, he goes down. They found the Wind Ranger, and now mid one flies in from the side, looks over towards RMN. As soon as they have the advantage in numbers, OG just continue to force NIGMA back. They can look for these smoke plays and pickoffs, but when it comes to the full team fight, they've got to run away from this Sven.
Yeah, and now God's Strength is back up. He's got all these tools to be able to do the rush. They even get the D ward instantly after it is placed from that aggressive move. And now, there's no way NIGMA can test this one, so they're going to have to be playing into an Aegis in these next few moments. Yeah, continuing to look very difficult for them as this game does progress. OG just really ramping up the pace. 24 kills, 19 minutes.
And I mean, in this first 20 minutes, has this just sort of in your mind been outplay, or is it just the nature of the heroes that NIGMA have? Have they got a draft that is going to be hard to sort of keep up with the pace in the first 20 minutes against a lineup like OG's?
It's definitely tough. It's also just OG's, the speed that they're playing. A lot of teams, you might see them like back up, farm some stacks with the Sven. No, they know that they can just go and bring this to NIGMA. And look at this Wind Ranger. Just dies every time she shows up. She's so fragile.
Miracle was able to get in and pop the Dark Willow at least.
Okay.
As Miracle using the Burrow Strike to his own potential. Topson, he does get the stun, comes in with a two-man avalanche. He's straight on the midst of them all, sets in with the epicenter. RMN's out, so's GH. Again, just so hard for NIGMA to fight. As pretty much everyone other than Miracle is just a huge liability in these team fights. Everybody dies. Only really Miracle that's ever able to get out alive.
And it hit 20-minute mark, and they're going to claim what looks like 3 to 4 of the bounties, as well as they have the outpost. Look at the ward coverage by them, too. You can tell they're just putting a chokehold on this game. Wards and sentries pretty much put everywhere they feel that NIGMA can actually get out of the base. Miracle?
He's going to try and pop the IO. He's bringing him
surviving, though.
It's not enough to kill No Tail straight up. Miracle, can he finish him off? The tether across won't save him as Miracle able to punch down No Tail.
Oh, but Weeha's just dead again, though, in the back.
Wait, what?
Topson just killed him.
All right.
I mean, that's the story of this game. Topson just murdering Weeha.
Dog's here. Could be another one for OG. He's going to drop down the wall.
Oh, Miracle now might be getting caught. He has to wait for him, but he's getting set up on here.
The fear timing, it's there, but he's already building up the strength.
They're going
to have a stun coming out of this fear, surely.
Ooh.
Or maybe not. Must have still been on cooldown. Ah, there it is. Look at that range. Look at that reach. He's in. RMN's going to come in with a hook shot to try and help out Miracle. But the combo from Topson, it's enough. Miracle's dead. GH also going to fall outside of the base. Mid one, he even started to dive over the high ground. Shackle shot does come out from Weehaw, bringing mid one low, but it's not enough to kill him off. He pops the war cry and he's out of there. Topson, he's going into the base.
Oh, Weehaw again.
Oh, it's getting messy.
They're going to tip him for sure.
It's getting messy.
I mean, his game is over as this Wind Ranger. There's like no points of recovery now either for him, as he's just always going to be he's just one-shot ratio.
Yeah, I mean, Topson tiny, 10-2 and 14 at 22 minutes in.
Look at Seb's smile down there. They're having fun.
Yeah.
They're literally just playing this run at you DOTA. And they're just not even playing lanes, it feels like. They just have Sven, he's pushing out the lanes, he can always get relocated in, and it's been like that since the 10-minute mark.
I mean, just how do you come back into a game like this when you can't even come out of your base?
I don't think you do, Owen. You have to hope for some type of big mistakes or some huge vacuum combos, because this one feels pretty damn over. Miracle is just alone in this game versus this insane aggression of OG.
How's Miracle doing on his items anyway? What's he got off the E-Blade? Just BKB. Just trying to make sure that he can live through these fights, trying to do everything that he can. But being down as a team, 16k at the early timing of 22 minutes in, it seems very, very hard to do much at all. As here comes the push from OG, up to the high ground.
He's got a small crit now too. Glyph gets popped, they pop the wall to push them away too. They're just going to go toward mid, go for the tier 2, the easier one, as that glyph was used. Weehaw trying to slow them down a little bit with some power shots, but that's kind of all that Weehaw is able to provide now.
Radiant's middle tower.
I mean, they've just played so fast this game.
They really did.
What do you think NIGMA's thinking? What are they thinking about taking away? What are you looking at from this draft of OG and saying this really enables their play style that they're just stomping us with in this game?
I mean, it's everything.
Yeah.
Everybody has a disable. Everybody has a way that they can make plays on the map, and they utilized it at the absolute maximum. They shut down Weehaw super hard here with some small rotations, and his game is just done. Like we said, this Wind Ranger has no place in this game now anymore. Just so fragile. And I'm sure RMN is sitting there thinking like, damn, Kuro was right. These guys are insane with the run at you.
RMN talking about the man. He's going to try to go in with a hook shot. Won't find anything. Seb, he's just going to jump it on the back lines onto Weehaw. Weehaw goes down. Seb is going to step back as they're going with the stun onto mid one, but there's just no damage. They cannot kill mid one. They can touch him with a stun. Topson, he's in, takes out RMN. It's 35-12, 20k lead. The racks are taken away. 24 minutes in. I mean, at this stage, I think NIGMA's only going to be thinking about game 2, as this game 1 is. It seems to be done and dusted right now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Topson's level 19. He almost has Ags. Like, this is maybe the Tiny is one of those heroes that you might just want to. It was a problem at TI.
I think this Tiny is just Tiny's got to go.
It's an incredible problem. Just how much he's able to do.
Yeah.
He's 11, 2, and 14. Like,
Yeah, it's
25 kill involvement. He just pops heroes whenever they make any type of misposition, and it allows him to play that aggressively because it's just the frequency of spells. They don't need to wait for anything. Sure, they got God Strength. Sure, they got Epicenter. Sure, they have Relocate, but that's not what they're playing around. They have all these constant stun and burst damage. Yeah, they're just gonna have to hope for some massive throws pretty much by OG Miracle.
Yeah.
This is not a game that really feels like a Morphling solo carry whatsoever. Way too much disable to deal with. Sox has been also delivering on this Dark Willow super well throughout the beginning, throughout the middle, and now it looks to be soon the end.
Radiant are scanning.
There we go. The classic sort of last chance smoke here. See if NIGMA can find themselves a pick off, something that might give them a chance of maybe turning around and stopping what seems to be inevitable.
They're like, some vision. We actually can see something on the map now, as they have had pretty much no vision on the map throughout the last 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, just looking at the level difference now as well between them, right? You've got, level 14 on Morph. You're seeing level 19s on the heroes of OG.
And look at there's a Clockwork kind of cutting some creep waves or something, but there's a Relocate. Zap can TP, easy kill, and Miracle. He's been spotted, but the Shadow Realm gets off.
Yeah, it's not even going to be enough burst to kill off Saxa right now. As NIGMA, they're trying to run. Weehaw will be able to TP out, but Miracle's going to get left behind.
Wow.
Yeah, this is...
I missed this kind of Dota.
Yeah,
we had some games this morning with like 6 kills in 14 minutes. That's never going to happen when OG's playing, especially now when they're playing versus a team like NIGMA, when they know how they like to play. That super aggro. I feel like these teams, that respect level, it's there, but that's when it makes you play at your absolute maximum, as this feels like one of the better showings I've seen from OG in the last few weeks.
Yeah, this is them back at, sort of the just full potential. As you said, this is just a very OG-esque draft, and the way that they're playing it.
He's playing around the trees there because he has that Aghanim's. He's trying to find a target. Couple power shots. Annoying mid one a little bit there. Topson still waiting for someone to
waiting.
He's like, someone's going to go for this catapult.
Don't go down there.
This catapult?
Don't go down there.
He's like, Weehaw. He's like, Weehaw, I know it's going to be you.
Is someone going to go? Don't do it. Topson's waiting. He's watching in the trees.
He's going to have like Seb stun in and then just the tree volley and try to combo somebody, right?
Don't shift into Agi Miracle.
He's very high morphed up there. He's going to just throw the harass, clear the creep wave. He waited long enough. Yeah, still full dominance. NIGMA trapped in their base. Nothing to really do for them here, as they can just watch.
They're starting to come outside of the base again.
He's trying to get. I think he's just trying to get some type of vision down.
Oh no, RMN! Oh no! Goodbye. Goodbye, RMN.
Miracle is desperate to find farm. Look, he's like, RMN, thank you. You distracted them. I can go get a hard camp. And it's 27 minutes, so maybe he can pick himself up a neutral item during this little excursion here, but base in jeopardy.
Radiant structures are
That base definitely in jeopardy. Look at the speed that these buildings go down.
Order destruction, level 18.
Yep, fortification's going to come to an end. They're back in. Shackle shot won't latch. Tower's out. And the racks are exposed. OG.
Oh my god, he's got a full AC.
There we go, pushing on. Top racks are gone.
Next.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Yeah, next indeed. As this game one, I mean, NIGMA just being entirely shaken up. They just weren't ready for this in game one. They weren't ready for this. I mean,
it was pretty explosive how it all happened, right? It was like, okay, 10 minutes. Let's turn it up. Let's turn up the heat. Everyone just sandwiches on mid, and then they just go from tower to tower as this not like this 5-man ball, but just a very quick moving
courier has been killed.
Got a courier though.
Okay.
Got it in that. Nice.
Sure. And he's got the BKB finish, so he's got a little bit better to play around this insane amount of disables, but it's also an insane amount of damage that they're punching into with all these items picked up.
Yeah, what happened to getting the Ags on the morph against the Dark Willow? Is that still good?
I think he needs a lot more time in this game in order.
Okay. Is he just bad? Yeah, I thought it was still a pretty decent combo.
It used to be because it started at like, you know, the Shadow Realm used to do the maximum damage or whatever, but now it takes time to build up. I mean, either way, it's still, he has to,
okay.
Like in
So
this type of game too.
Okay, get nerfed. Okay.
Yeah, in this type of game too, like everyone's very tanky, and it's how's he gonna get in position to do any of that?
Yeah, you got the range.
But you also you want the talents. Remember how you need the level 20 talent for the morph duration plus the level.
Sure,
yeah,
I
you
mean,
need to be able to constantly be in that form.
I mean, I guess that's true. He's not anywhere near level 20.
And he can't. It's not like he can really buy much of an Ags and all that.
What level is he at the moment? Level 16.
Yeah.
And they're into the pit. OG, they're reaching their level 20s. No problem. As we're going to see, it's got to be a big hook shot. Just go for it. Throw everything into the pit.
It's the BKB Morphling, but he's just going to run at them.
Yeah, they're going to come out of the pit and they're just going to kill them straight up. Mid one in with a stun on 2. Takes him out. We are RMM mind control. Hit the deck. As Seb and Saxa will play with the Rubik on the side. Miracle's popping the BKB as he has to run. OG's going to continue to chase. Miracle tries to turn and push them back with a stun. Turns into the threat. Instantly dies. It's an ultra kill for mid one.
Oh, and he was caught holding the hot pepper as well as he dies.
That's going to burn. And he's going to feel that on the toilet.
Tower has fallen.
As this game's over. GG is called.
Wow.
OG. Game one. And there's no question about it. That was certainly OG right there.
Yeah, that is definitely true here.
The OG style of just run at you.
Back to their kind of TI form, and at least from what it looks like in that game, and just punishing greed is really what I saw in this one. They see this Morphling, they see this Darkseer. Sure, they gave up like a killer